Well, hey there, gang. Welcome back to another edition of the Forex Market Preview. My name, of course, is Jason Stapleton with you here every week. And if this is the first one that you're watching, the first ever Forex Market Preview, then I want to say a special welcome to you and kind of explain a little bit about what we do here every week. Each week I try and go out into the currency markets and show you guys what I'm looking for, what I'm looking at, what I'm seeing in the market, and kind of give you some ideas about what may end up happening next week. Sometimes we're very, very accurate, as we'll show you this week, and other times not so accurate. So always use discretion, always use good judgment. But the idea here is really more than trying to tell you where to make money next week. The goal here is really to teach you and educate you a little bit about structure analysis and about things like pattern recognition and some of that type of stuff. Some of the stuff you'll be more familiar with than other stuff. What I would tell you is the more you watch and the more you're engaged, the more proficient you will be at the types of things that we're talking about and that we're studying this week or this through the Forex Market Preview, and the better you'll understand the information. So if you like what you see in this video, go ahead and subscribe, and it'll get sent to you every single week. If you don't ever have to come back. So, but check this one out and see what you think. So let's start a little bit by looking at the Euro USD here. Now, we tried a couple of things here. I tried buying, as you will remember, I'm going to go out to a weekly chart. We were on the daily chart. I identified this area in a little blue kind of outlined box there as the last support area before we fell off a cliff. And as the market moved down into that support area, I actually tried to buy it up. I got a signal. I got enough of an area to, back on the hourly chart, if I come down to the hourly chart, I got enough in here to give me a chance to buy this thing up. I saw the deep move and the retracement back up, and the market rolled over. And as it came back down into the potential reversal zone, I ended up buying them up. Well, of course, quickly I was beaten back as the market came down, rallied back up in, and then broke structure, stopping me out of the position. Immediately after I see that happen, and I see on the daily chart that we end up closing below the previous structure level, that gives me a little bit of concern. So what I did was I started looking for the next available opportunity. And last week in the syndicate, which is basically, guys, if you don't know what the syndicate is, it's every single week. I do this every single day. So if you don't want just a week of this, you want to do it every single day with me, that's what the syndicate is. But anyway, so as we saw the market rally back up, we retested once, we retested twice, a third time here, and then moving in, we got a fourth retest, and I said, okay, I'm going to go ahead and short, and I ended up shorting right here to around 1632s. And sure enough, that wasn't the exact day that we saw the ECB come out with its decision, and a very, very nice move there. So we caught a big chunk of that move. It was really nice because unfortunately the past week of trading prior to a couple of moves that we had on Thursday and Friday, not the best trading week that we've ever had in the syndicate. And that's the way it goes, folks. Sometimes you're up, sometimes you're down, sometimes you're making money, sometimes you just, no matter what you try, it just doesn't work. But we just, as I've been talking with them throughout the course of this process, is just, look, we're just going to continue to trade the plan. We know we have a statistical advantage. If we continue to do what we're doing, the probabilities say that over time we're going to be right. So what we want to do is keep our position sizing small, not put ourselves in a position where three or four bad trades will wipe out 20 or 30 or 40% of our account, and be in a position that we can come back from whatever losses the market hands to us. So that's what we've been working on this week in the syndicate and talking about, and it gives us a good chance to do that. So so what do we do from here? The Euro USD is basically in a position where I think everything is set up to hurt the bears right now. Everything continues to be bearish. Everyone's overly bearish that we're headed to parity. Here's the thing. I think the greatest possible move, I guess, that could hurt the most amount of people will be a move to the upside. If I go out to the weekly chart, you're going to see that in order to get down to the next support level, we've got to come down into right here around 108.66s. We are currently trading at 112. So we've got several hundred pips more to go before we get to 108s. I think that what could possibly happen here is we may see a rally up into 121s. I still think we're overall that this market is going to continue lower, having just broke structure. But I think that we could absolutely see a pop up to 2143s. Now, why is that? It's basically because I always look at it in terms of how can the most number of people be hurt right now. The market tends to want to hurt the most amount of people possible. It's not a vendetta. It's just if the vast majority of people are all short, that's not the time to be short. That's the time to be looking at, okay, where can I try for a long position, because it looks like everybody's voting the same direction. It's not a good idea to be with the crowd. We want to be trading our own game. So while I still think that bearish positions are still overall where we need to be, if we get an opportunity, if I see something over the course of this week that gives me an indication, maybe a break of structure on the hourly time frame, okay? So I'll give you an example of what this might look like if my thing will actually work. Okay. So let's say that something like this happens. So we've had this really long move down here, and then we get this rally, and let's say the market comes down, it presses down into this, and we put in a double bottom here. And then that double bottom breaks out, and we get a break to the upside. Well, that's going to signal to me, oh, hey, you know what? We may be seeing a shift in trend here. Now, we may only rally back up into 1480s or 1490s, but good grief, if I can get a retest back down into that structure level, that might be a good place to look for a little pop. And we may get a larger, more extended move way back up into the previous structure level, or even higher than that, like I said, up to around 121s. So that would be an example of something that I would be looking for over the course of this week, because this is just, we've just been really, really, really bearish for a long time. And now the news is out. Now we've already seen the ECB has said it. They've done what they're going to do. And now the question will be, do they continue to sell off based on this news, or do people now get tired of this selling and decide to start taking profits off the table because the news is out now? Another one to watch very closely this week is going to be Canada. I'm going to go out to the weekly chart. I want you to look at the RSI on Canada, sitting at 94 right now, massively overbought. Down on the daily chart, again, 91s, massively overbought. And now down onto the hourly chart, look at what we've got. We've got an ascending channel here. These ascending channels tend to break out to the downside, and we could potentially see a move here down into around 121.12s. So that's from 124.12s. So that's a significant several hundred pip move that we could see out of Canada today, and that would just be a gentle little retracement of this overall move. So a move to 21s would not be out of the realm of possibility. I mean, a significant retracement would take us back out into 112s, and that's just at the previous structure resistance level. Now the downside is we have nothing looking left here. See this big pile of junk over here? There's nothing here that would give us an indication as to where that rally might cease. So again, what are we looking for? We're looking for those double bottoms. We're looking for those, massive reversal candles that we tend to see when markets just get blown out and then go back the other direction. Those types of things are things that we're looking for here on USD Canada. But again, you've got the dollar massively overbought, and I think it's just a matter of time before we see a nice deep correction out of here. Now, when that will happen, we don't know. That's why we have to continue to watch the technicals, but that's something that I'll be looking at over the course of this week as we move into trading. Now, let me show you a couple of more things before we go. The first one is Bitcoin. Now, guys, I don't trade Bitcoin, as I've said before, but I've had lots of requests to cover it in the Forex Market Preview, and since it is technically a currency, I don't mind doing it, even though I don't have money with a broker that can trade Bitcoin. So let me get down on the hourly time frame here and show you what's happened so far. Now, I got some Fibonacci stuff on here. I'm not going to, take a lot of time to run through it today, but basically we called the bottom. Well, actually, we called the move short down into here, and then I called the bottom somewhere around here, around 183.22 or so. And I said, the first place we're going to look to take off our profits. This is what I was telling my my syndicate group this week. Actually, it's been a couple of weeks now. I said the first place we're going to look to take off our profits is right here at around $2.20. And I think I may have even mentioned this to you guys in the Forex market preview, that 220 was going to be a pretty decent shot, and then 255 was going to be the other area because that's right along that Fibonacci level. Now, if it's at 255, we will want to have our orders right under there to sell at around 254 98 or 97, something like that. Well, sure enough, if we didn't get a rally out of there and hit target one, and then we retraced, and then we did this little bounce, bounce, bounce. And you can see, guys, this is what I was showing to the syndicate members this week. I said, watch where the support levels come in at. You can just trail your stops, because if we took off half of our position here at when the market rallied back up, then as this market puts in lower highs, or I'm sorry, higher lows, all we have to do is just trail our stop so we can, again, continue to capture more and more profit. Well, this market did, in fact, rally right up into 2,500. It was the exact high. So if you front run your orders like I teach you guys to do in the 12-week transformation or in the Pro Trader course, then you would have been out of this for the second half of your position at around $254.98. Basically, we'll call it $255. Now, where do we go from here? Well, this is what I think is going to happen. I think there are a couple of different ways that you can trade this. We've got a double top here. You can wait. I think we're back to bearish now. Okay, this is my what my guts tell me. So we rally back up in. We put in the double top. If we break below 2451s, basically, if we break below 24, whatever that is, 2450. Let's call it 2451. Break below 2451, we can sell. So you can go ahead and put sell stops at around, you just call it 24.84, and just say, hey, if we hit 24.84, I'm going to sell. And what you would be looking for if you decided to do that would be a run, would be a straight south move back down into this support level, or back down here into the previous support around $225. Another way to play it is to wait for that move to occur, or a break below, close below, then look for the retracement. We have a 2618 trade that we could put in here that would give us a further evidence that we're looking for a shorting position. And if you guys don't know what the 2618 trade is, it's actually one that I give away for free. All you have to do is go to the YouTube page and look for the free trading strategy in the section that says all my best stuff. And you can sign up. I'll give you that training for free so you know how to trade the 2618. But 2618 trade that comes in, and then looking for continuation of that move back down into the lows here around $225. But the reason that I think that we're going to go short here is that was kind of the level that we were watching. If I bump out here to the daily chart, you guys will be able to see this is the structure level. Now we may inch a little bit higher. Oh, excuse me, higher. I'm 14. We may inch a little higher here before we go lower. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bracket out where I think my potential reversal zone will be. This is based on my higher time frame. Now we've already tapped it, but this is basically where I would want to be looking to go short. So we've already come up in and tested it. We tested it one more time. We haven't gone deep into it, which we could very well do. But I think that we are back down into looking at this in a bearish way. Same thing with gold, okay? Gold actually has put in a nice cipher pattern here on the daily chart. Nice big cipher pattern. We're sitting right at that 786 retracement that we would look to sell, and we're looking for right now a press back down into 1240s for target 1 and 1197 for target 2. So lots of stuff happening this week, and lots of really big potential moves that could be setting up over the course of the next 5 days or so. So I will be back in the syndicate. We'll be doing War Room as usual. If you guys would like to sign up for that, it's underneath. I'll just put a little deal underneath. It's actually tradeempower.com/syndicate. But if you don't remember that, just go to the About section underneath this YouTube video, and you can see it right there. The link will be right there for you guys to click on and go see. Other than that, guys, I will be back next week for more great instruction for you guys, and hopefully some more great trades to look at and some good news in terms of the trades that we talked about this week. Until then, good luck, good trading. I will talk to you soon.